Welcome to The Know. I'm Ashley Jenkins. I'm joined by Paul Feig, Byrne, and Bobby Cannavale. I hear you guys have a movie coming out or something. Is that?
No, we're going to see a movie.
I'm
very excited.
It's called Spy. That's super exciting. And you guys are here at South by Southwest showing it off. Have you shown it to anybody yet?
I mean, I do a lot of test screenings when I'm putting the movie together, so we've had like 9 or 10, people off the street audiences, 500 people at a time. So I know that the movie works basically in front of an audience, but this is the first time it's actually kind of going out like as a premiere, kind of, a non-testing situation. So I'm really excited.
First time we're seeing it.
Yeah, they've not seen it yet.
Really? So you've seen it today, or you're going to see it today?
We're going to see it with an audience.
Tonight. But yeah, we haven't seen it at all.
Oh, that's amazing. How long has it been in production from like when you started like writing it and concepting it to now?
It's probably been about a year and a half, I think. I wrote it when we were in post-production on The Heat.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's when I came up with the idea, and then was going to try to shoot it that fall, but then when Melissa said she wanted to do it, then we had to move it into the summer for her, Mike and Molly's schedule, which turned out to be great because I don't think we could have pulled it together in time, just because there's a lot of logistics and all that. But so it's been a fun ride.
Did you have everyone in mind when you were writing it?
Some people I did. Statham I had always had in mind, but everybody else kind of not. No, I didn't even have Melissa in mind because, again, like I said, I didn't think she'd be able to do it.
Sure.
But I was inspired by characters like all the funny women I know are these really nice people who then have these kind of superpowers of their comedic abilities, and so I knew that it would be good for somebody, but who could, because I want to play this character like a very nice, mild-mannered person who then gets put in an extraordinary situation. And but when the minute Melissa said she could do it, I was so excited. And then Rose, we hadn't worked since Bridesmaids, and you came in for that meeting, and it was just like I was looking at Rose, going, "I miss Rose, and she's so great and talented." Like, we gotta change that role. So that Rose could play it, and then Bobby dropped out of the heavens for me because I wasn't sure who to get for that, and then I heard that he was interested in doing it, and it was what a thrill because I've been dying to work with Bobby. I'm such a big fan.
That's great. That's great serendipity.
Oh my God! I mean, this cast, I can't believe how good they are that they did this.
Yeah, Bobby was telling us about his character, like the over-the-top Italian, super wealthy playboy. Sounds like a lot of fun. Like all the characters seem very, very strong.
Yeah, I like big personalities, because I want everything played real, and I never want comedy to be played like I'm being goofy, but at the same time, I like big personalities. I mean, in our lives, those are the people and you remember are the ones who have this thing, and you're almost kind of like, are you for real? But I like that because if they're committed to that person, then it's fun to have them kind of do their thing versus a lot of comedies get kind of find the funny person, and he's going to be really funny, and so he's going to play it, where he's kind of almost winking, like, I know I'm nuts, but, we're just
like the international sign for
yeah, exactly.
That's
really funny. Howdy. I always have to stop actors from doing that.
And can you tell us a little bit more about your character as well?
Yes, I play Raina. She's a nuclear arms dealer.
There you go, exactly.
There you go, on my resume now. We had a lot of fun creating her. I was thrilled when, Paul reached out and said, maybe we could do something here. And I was like, and that's what's so fun is collaborating, and Paul is all about that. So we, come up with the voice and the look and the style and everything, especially in a film like this, which is very stylish and she had to have a certain kind of allure and air and bizarreness and absurdity about her. So it was so fun. It was very fun. And the villain. Who doesn't love playing the villain?
That's the good fun, right?
Yeah,
that's where
the most fun
the most
you have.
exciting roles are, really.
Yeah.
Did you ever have anything that came up on set where it just something clicked, you came up with something new, and then just like rolled with it, and it just made everything so much better?
I think the hair was a big turning point. Yeah, there was like a lot of discussion between the studio and Paul and I, and what page we wanted to be on, and we, just had to get there, and we did. I think just that says so much.
The minute I came into that trailer and you had that hairdo, I was like, it was absurd. I was like, can we get away with this? But then it's like you suddenly became the character. It's like, and the minute I find like whatever thing it is that like somebody locks in on, and I see the character in their face, it's like I don't want to change that. Like this is what it takes, and then we just go, oh, we'll make fun of your hair.
Yeah, and then it became like, of course,
part
of the running gag.
You can't set us up like that.
Yeah.
No. Take advantage.
There was a point where we thought, like, we're like, where does Raina get the gun? she's got such a short skirt, and we were like, maybe in her hair.
Exactly.
Pulls it out of her hair.
I would not be surprised if a gun came out of that hairdo.
And
In
then
a puppy.
and you got the cane.
I've got the cane, but actually, like, what really popped for me was in the makeup trailer. The makeup artist, she put eyeliner on me, and I remember like she was just experimenting, and I was like, oh wow, that's really interesting. I could see this guy. Just imagine this guy after everything, just deciding to like put the eyeliner
bring
on.
out my eyes.
Yeah, I need to bring out my eyes a bit, and that really that sealed it for me. Yeah.
But I was telling us earlier about a particular stunt where you had to fall off. You were falling out of a helicopter,
Yeah.
but the stunt was from the top of a building.
They built up these cardboard boxes, these huge cardboard boxes. They build them up maybe about 2 stories, and then I'm up about 4 stories higher than that. And there's a camera above me, and I'm holding on, and I just fall back. And I fall back onto these cardboard boxes. It looks so primitive, and you think, like, is that going to work? But it does, you know. Actually, Feig did it himself first. He was like, I'll do it first so you can see how it works. And Paul Feig in his own 3-piece suit, because, you know, Paul directs in a 3-piece suit and a hat. And he went up, and he carries a cane too, and he went up to the top of that thing, and he did it first. And well, it was from a huge scaffolding, like a
scaffolding.
4-story scaffolding.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they were going to shoot a green screen thing on, so he had to fall on way down onto this pad with a green screen on it. And it was about, I don't know, 5 stories
Yeah,
maybe.
it was pretty high onto cardboard. And at first you go, well, how's that going to work? How am I going to fall 5 stories onto cardboard? And then Paul showed me how it's done.
Yeah. So you did the stunt first.
Yeah.
Suit and all.
Yeah. You know what it is? I never. I have a rule. I won't make an actor do anything I wouldn't do. And so if somebody gets very nervous about something, it's like, well, I'm going to do it and see, you know. And I had the thing about when I was a kid, I really wanted to be a stuntman. I thought that was going to be. I was dead serious. I would like go up on our roof and like fall off into boxes and stuff like that. And so I'm always like looking for an advantage, an excuse to do something like that. So,
I would never have guessed cardboard is like the thing that you fall onto.
it's got a pad on top, but then it crushes in a way that you don't go to the ground. That's all stunt guys when they do those high falls. They're basically falling onto cardboard boxes with like a pad on top.
It's crazy. Did you have any like crazy stunts that you were involved in with as well that were just like, ooh, but turned out to be fun?
We had a sequence on the plane where I did some like wire work and training, and yeah, it was hard, I guess, because the set was quite closed. So that was tough. I had an incredible stunt double. She was brilliant, and I'm fascinated with stunt people. They're kind of.
I love them.
They're so interesting.
community
Yeah,
is
it's
so
very
great.
bizarre. It's sort of like it's
Unsung
yeah,
heroes.
yeah. It's very interesting how they get lead to being there and what possesses someone to do it. Do you
Yes.
know, it's
Oh,
such
no,
a
totally.
such a specific kind of.
No, your hardest stunt was having to crawl on your bare
Oh, yes,
knees
that was-
on a cement floor. I was like, oh, poor Rose.
That
Like,
was, it was freezing.
you were down on the
cold,
ground. It's like,
cement
we can see your
floor,
knees. You
burning.
gotta-
I was like, you can't wear any
and then trying not to
pads.
freeze out
Yeah.
in the middle of the night, too. She's in these
Yeah.
tiny, you know,
Yeah, like tiny little
silk dresses, and it's
things
freezing
so
outside.
cold.
And they're
That
she,
was-
her
Not a lot of
greatest acting
insulation.
feat is not looking cold.
So we've only got time for one last question, but I'm actually really curious what your favorite part of this movie is. Like, if you had to take like one aspect or like one moment that's like your favorite.
We
part.
haven't seen
They
it
haven't
yet.
seen it yet.
so
But
kind of-
even of like the scenes that you were doing, that something just like felt really, really right.
I can only go by what I shot, but my favorite was when everybody's gathered in his palatial mansion and coming down the stairs and welcoming
great scene.
everybody, and just all the different crazy alternate lines that Paul kept feeding me, and watching these guys try not to laugh. That was the most fun that I had
Yeah.
on it.
Is there a lot of ad-libbing?
Yeah, but it's controlled, you know. So you know, you would do the scripted line, and then Paul would come up with a little Post-it and give it to me and say, you know, try that. And I'd laugh, and these guys wouldn't know it, which was really nice. He wouldn't shout out the line, and so they wouldn't know what was coming. And yeah, it was really funny. So it's a sort of ad-libbing, but it was.
And then Bobby would go like, oh, can I try one thing? And
yeah,
then
yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I had such fun. There's so many bizarre lines that I had. I'm so curious as to see which ones are actually in there. We did a very funny sequence with the nuke in the back of the car in that car park where I'm on my knees and I'm throwing the gun.
Yeah.
I don't know if that bit's in there, but there's
It's really
some
fun.
some funny little physical comedy stuff that I'm interested to see. Yeah.
I have a particular love of the knife fight that Melissa has in the kitchen with Nargis Fakhri, just because it's really dangerous and it's scary, but it's really funny. But to me, it just feels very like, what would happen if you were like stuck in this thing with like this tiger who's coming at you, and how she kind of finds her skills in the middle of it, because it just feels, I don't know, it's kind of everything just directorially and cinematically I've always wanted to do. So I really am proud of that sequence. But I really love the movie, so I'm very happy with it.
Thank you guys so much for
Thank
joining
you.
me. I can't wait to see the movie. I'm super excited about
See
it.
tonight?